Leanne, did anything in particular stand out to you about how the questioning is going this afternoon?
Hey, Joshua. So the questioning was pretty, something that was predictable because Democrats really focused on the Affordable Care Act, the upcoming case to be heard in the Supreme Court. And also when Amy Coney Barrett had said that she disagreed with how Judge Roberts decided in a previous Affordable Care Act decision that upheld the law. Also, they asked a lot about abortion and Roe v. Wade, the upcoming any sort of potential case that could become before the Supreme Court regarding the election, if there's a disputed election. Now, how she answered is with not a lot of specifics on cases that had already been heard, such as Roe v. Wade, Voting Rights Act, etc. She said she would not say if she was willing to uphold or overturn precedent, how those cases were decided before. On the upcoming cases like the Affordable Care Act and something that could pertain to the elections, she also said that she could not give any sort of opinion on where she might land on cases that are coming before the court or could come before the court. She said it would be a violation of her oath as a justice. She gave an extremely even and measured response throughout. Sources I'm talking to on both sides say that she is a tough woman with giving a strong testimony. But what Republicans, on the other hand, have done, they've defended her throughout. They've praised her. And at least two Republicans asked zero questions. Senator Ted Cruz, he asked questions such as if she played any musical instruments, so there was no tough questions from him. Senator Mike Leigh as well. They mostly gave speeches praising her and her judicial philosophy. But we're just over halfway done, and this is going to go through the evening, Joshua.
Yeah, Democratic Senator Sheldon Whitehouse of Rhode Island also did not ask any questions. He gave a very long explication about the money. He described it as dark money that is involved in getting judicial appointees in the federal court system and the millions and millions of dollars that are spent. Ted Cruz responded to that saying that he believed the dark money was on the Democratic side. What about Senator Kamala Harris? She's going to be the last Democrat to speak because she's last in order of seniority. Do we have any sense of what her strategy might be?
Not yet, Joshua, but we do know that Democrats are actually coordinating their questions. That's something that's mostly unheard of among Democrats, who are usually rogue operators. It's something that the Republicans tend to do in these big hearings, but they've been on message and they do have some sort of strategy, not only for today, but tomorrow as well, trying to make sure that every single topic is touched, every single angle is touched. But we do know that Senator Harris has been a prosecutor. She's been a star in so many of these previous hearings, whether they're nomination hearings or just tough hearings with administration officials. So there's a lot of expectations for her testimony or for her questioning today. But we do know that Democrats are going to continue to pound the issues of the Affordable Care Act, Roe v. Wade, and like I said, this upcoming potential election case that could come before the Supreme Court if there's a contested election. One other thing is civil rights and voting rights as well have also been big topics for the day, and we could continue to see them be so as the evening moves on, Joshua.
And Leanne, could you contrast the mood inside the hearing room versus outside? We heard yesterday about some protesters who were arrested, but the tone on the inside of the room, for the most part, has been at times intense, but very, very civil, highly collegial for the most part.
It has, and that's one thing that Senator Amy Klobuchar, when she started her questioning today, she wanted to remind people that this is not a normal process, she said. She said that reminding people that this is moving forward as people are already voting 3 weeks until Election Day. And as the committee was proceeding as business as usual, she wanted to bring back to the moment that this is just unprecedented in its timing alone. But the hearing room is, there's not a lot of people in there because of COVID restrictions. It's mostly her family and some White House advisors, including sometimes Mark Meadows, the chief of staff, sometimes the top White House counsel, Pat Cipollone, and a few reporters, not nearly as many reporters as there would be. And of course, there are no people from the public. They are completely restricted from this hearing because of COVID precautions. So, the way that the senators are dealing with this, it's a very, formal and pretty respectful way that they are questioning her. And we've seen no interruptions from the audience, which we usually do in these confirmation hearings, because the public is not allowed, Joshua.
Yeah, it took me a while to realize, oh, yeah, there's usually somebody that they're throwing out of the room at some point early on. But that's right. No one else was allowed in the room because of COVID-19. Thank you, Leanne. That's NBC Capitol Hill correspondent Leanne Caldwell.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.